Hi. So I wanted to start on a personal note. So obviously, for me, coming back here this year after launching this project 1 year ago, it's been a moment to reflect on what an incredible experience it has been. And it's been an incredible experience not just for the reasons you've already heard, which is the opportunity to have an impact on a situation as dire as this, on the scale that I believe we are going to have an impact. But it has been an incredible honor to work with the specific individuals on this project. I have to say they're some of the most talented people I've ever worked with, and there's not a single social problem that I can imagine taking on with a finer team than this. So first of all, obviously Zinni and Krista at iTeach, Gustav and Robin at Prakelt, Letha and Andrew at PopTech. They really have been incredibly talented and dedicated and astonishing partners throughout this process. I also wanted to say, as Andrew mentioned, that there's a frog team both in the room and online. And I'm really representing their ideas, their thoughts, their beliefs, their values. And their dedication to this project has been awesome as well. So again, my gratitude to the commitment I got from my organization and their involvement. It's been an amazing experience. I have really two goals today. First is to give you a little rewind. How did we get here? And then talk about where we're going. So I'd like to see a show of hands. How many people were in the room last year when we launched this project? All right, so I'm going to pull up an old cartoon, and it'll probably be make a little more sense to people who are here, who were here and at the moment of that launch. So it says, "Stop digging. The plans were upside down." And if you were here, you'll understand why I wanted to start with this note. So we got involved a year ago, and there was a very, very specific solution that had been identified. The problem was the solution didn't really fit the problem. And this really goes back to the purpose of design. So design is not just about coming up with the solution. It's figuring out the right way to look at the problem. So we left PopTech a year ago. 2 weeks later, we were in the Frog studio with Andrew, Zinni, and Krista. And it was an incredible moment of fear and panic. Because, as you can imagine, particularly for someone like Andrew and me, going into a situation like this, trying to impact a crisis on this scale, it was very important to feel like we had a secret weapon. But and in fact, we did have a secret weapon. It just wasn't what we thought it was. It wasn't a piece of software. It was a design process. And it's hard to imagine that design process in 1 year is going to get you to the kind of solution to this kind of problem that you hope for. And it's a huge leap of faith. And that's a leap of faith we all took. And so really the Frog team came in initially to really help guide that process